I think I had done like maybe Mad TV and basketball in Bronx County. So there was really nothing there. My stand-up really sucked. That was just a feature act. And I came back, and the way he approached me, I didn't like it, so I waged a personal war against his man. And I wouldn't give him the money. So one night, he got a little upset with me at the store when I got off stage, and he came up to me in the hallway, and he goes, I want the money. And now I really got pissed off, because he embarrassed me in front of my friends, so I made this big scene like a fucking asshole that I am. And in reality, it was because Joe was there, and Eddie was there, and Tate was there. I knew that nothing would go down as long as Tate was there. You know?
You knew he'd protect you?
I knew that he would get into the fight with me. I knew that we were going to go 4-on-4 or whatever it was. It was going to be ugly. One thing led to another. He threatened me so bad that he said he was going to take my check on Friday, and that's when I really got pissed off. So the checks would get there at like 12:45. I got there at 11:15. I saw the guy drop the checks off and went right into the manager and I go, give me the check. And I took the check and I went down to Redondo Beach. At that time I had a pager. And Bobby Ludington kept paging me, and I kept paging him back, go fuck yourself. You're not getting that money for fucking giving me attitude. And this went on and on and on, and Bobby Ludington left.
Okay.
And about a year later, I get a call one day at my house, and it's Bobby, and he's not threatening me. He says, listen, do you have 5 minutes of your time? And I go, what? And he goes, my daughter's getting married, and if I ever needed that $400, I need it right now. And I go, you should have thought about that before you were a tough guy. I hung up the fucking phone on him. I did something, you know, a Joey Diaz piece of shit move. I'm not going to lie to anybody and tell you I was perfect at that time. I'm not perfect at all. And he went to Rogan and complained, and he went to a couple people behind my back and complained. He even went to Mitzi Shore, and Mitzi laughed about it and blah, 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 and it went away. And you know what, man? When I got clean from coke, he haunted me. That memory haunted me for a long time. Because he wasn't a drug dealer. He wasn't a fucking shithead. You know, there's people that I robbed that till today, believe it or not, I feel very guilty about. I did shitty things to people. But there's other people that they were in the line of business that they had it coming. Still didn't give me the right to rob them. But they were in the line of business that it was either going to be me or somebody else. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really, it was drug involved or something. Am I proud of these stories? No, I'm not. But I know a lot of people in their lives are going through personal struggles. When I tell you that, I forgot all about Bobby Ludington, but it was one of those cases where once a month I would think of Bobby Ludington. And I saw he commented one day on somebody's page, and on a Facebook, and I follow him, and he lives in Las Vegas. So every time I went to Las Vegas, I always thought Bobby would show up one day and go, hey man, whatever happened to that money? And I'd apologize and give him the money like the man that I became today, you know?
Right.
He never showed up. He never showed up. I never thought of him again. And I
Would you hit him up, or you thought he'd hear about it?
I thought about hitting him up, but at that point I thought he was just going to tell me to go fuck myself. Do you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So the other night, Thursday night, you go to the store with me. I asked you if you want to take a ride. You were doing a spot at the fourth wall. You said you would do the 6 o'clock. And I said, take a ride with me. Don't let me go down there for 2 hours. I go, worst case scenario, we'll go to Chibo and get some salad and pasta. They have nice organic salad at this place, Chibo. And we went down there, and when I got down there, my spot was at 7:45. My spot for Sam Tripoli's was at 7:45, and my spot in the original room was at 10:30. So when I got down there, I'm like, what the fuck am I going to do from 8 o'clock to 10:30 in Hollywood? You know? Like,
yeah.
And when I got there, I found out the real concern I had was why was my spot at 7:45? And that day I found out because it was Pauly Shore's 50th birthday party.
Yeah, I had no idea he was it.
Me neither. So the honest truth about that was that I was busy that Monday shooting that show.
I'm dying up here.
I'm dying up here, and I forgot to call into the store for spots. And you could call in Tuesday and special privilege, but that's not me. I fucked up. You're supposed to call on Monday. I didn't call, so now I fucked up. So I tried to salvage the week with a couple spots at the fourth wall,
Right.
which I try new shit, and I salvaged the week with a couple spots at Flappers, and maybe I stop at the Ha-Ha. Maybe somebody's having a spot, I'm at the Ice House. I don't have date night this week. So what I did was, I saw Sam Tripoli was having Comedy Chaos. Now, Sam pays well with those shows. But I called him like a man. I go, Sam, I need a big favor. Can I do your Comedy Chaos? I'm not looking for any money. I'm really not, Sam. Keep the money. But he called me back 2 days later, and he goes, even if you don't take the money, he goes, you have to take the money because I have 2 cancellations. So I was going to pay them anyway. Take what I was going to pay them. You're the headliner of the show. So I didn't really think about the money. I never even thought about the money. Sam's my brother. I was just happy to get a spot.
Right.
I just wanted to hit my number of goals for the week. My goal, if I don't go on the road, I want to do 5 spots.
And you needed it for your goal.
To get 5. So I did 1 with you, 2 at 1 at Flappers, 2 with you, and 2 at the store. And my goal, I'm pretty good. I tried a few jokes. I maintained the other ones, and I'm good.
Right.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were upset about something.
No.
And then, so when we did for some reason, you and I went to the back.
Okay.
With Kate Quigley and my friend Lenny Citrano, who came from that movie we did when we were really young, when I first moved here. We did like a college film together, I don't even count that. We did like one of those USC movies.
Yeah, student films, yeah.
And that's how I met Lenny. And he was there after 20 years. That guy that was in the back with us, the Italian-looking guy with the girl, and then there was Kate Quigley and her friend and the piano player from the Comedy Store. That dude and I did a movie when I first got here. Like, I got coaxed into a college film, and we had to shoot it right behind the Comedy Store in one of those houses. There were porn houses.
Jesus.
They were owned by a porn company, and they shoot in different rooms. This particular house had like an elevator in the living room and the whole fucking deal. So when we walked back in, you didn't see it. I did the main room. Gino was there from Speedweed. A shout out to Gino. He gave me my CBD stuff. He gave us a box, some of these joints. He gave me weed. It was great. Cookies. So I'm walking with this box. And then Sam Tripoli comes up to me and goes, Joey, take this. And you were there. Were you not standing right there?
Right when you walked in,
I go, really? And I folded it and put it in my back pocket. So now I go to the back with you, and I'm sitting back there, and we're having a great time. We decided to wait and just eat at Paulie's party.
Right, and hang out, yeah.
That was the plan. They came back there. Richie, the manager, goes, listen, don't go eat. Just sit here. There's going to be sandwiches in the back and shit. So you and I and Tate and a bunch of other people went back there and got a sandwich. When we come back, did you see what happened?
No, I didn't get to see it.
I bumped into a little guy. And he looked at me weird, and I just grabbed him and hugged him. And I apologized. I told him it was Bobby Lennington.
Oh, I didn't see this.
We walked past each other, and I just grabbed him and I hugged him, and I said, Bobby, I'm very sorry for what I did. Cocaine's a fucked up drug. I'm very sorry for what I did. If you give me your number, I will pay you the money I owe you. And he looked at me like, yeah, sure. And I remembered I have like $60 cash in my pocket, which I never have cash. You always got to go to the ATM machine. Everybody pays you with a check. But Tripoli paid me. I didn't know what the amount was. So when I went in my pocket, I took the envelope out and I opened it, and there was $300 bills. And I just gave it to the guy. And I go, here's $300. Call me tomorrow. He looked at me. He gave me another hug. He had tears in his eyes. I had tears in my eyes. I had dreamed of that happening. Like, I felt so bad about what I had done. It was just $400, but it was from a guy that worked hard for those $400 and went out of his way to help me. And then when he called me for his daughter's wedding, my fucking cocaine attitude still kicked in, and I still acted like a fucking pussy that I was at the time because of the drugs. So I felt so guilty, so I exchanged numbers and I gave 3 cash. I gave him a hug. He texted me that night. Like, he called me that night. He didn't text me. He called me that night, like at 1 in the morning. And he left me a message saying that was the best part of the night for him. That he saw the billboard and he always knew it. And that's what really killed him, that I had done something so stupid to our friendship.
Right.
So I called him the next morning. We talked for like 30 minutes. I got it off my chest. And I told him to text me his address. And I had my wife put a check in the mail for him today. And I paid my debt, and I feel so much better. But what killed me was that when I got home that night, I got so caught up in the apology and how I was so happy to apologize. I was never so happy to apologize to somebody in my fucking life. It took so much weight off my shoulders. And I thought about the people that I still owe apologies to, and that I still got to give money to, or whatever, a hug or whatever, you know, like you think of all those people. I think of people that I should reach out to and say, I'm sorry, not give them dick. They were in the drug game. They knew the business. You know, the 80s were fucking crazy.
But they deserve like a handshake.
An acknowledgement for what had happened. And I got to tell you, man, I felt really good about doing it this weekend. I can't tell you why.
That's really awesome, yeah.
Why. I don't know why. And I wanted to talk about it on the podcast. Well, because it's like it took... I want people to understand that for your life to change, it takes patience. And sometimes, man, it takes 3 years. It took me 20 fucking years to change my life. And that was with a monkey on my back. It was like, it's like that, I was like that fucking running back that does 10 yards, fumbles the ball, he recovers it, but he loses 2 yards on the, I just kept doing that for a lot of years. And then it got better and better and better. Then I stopped fumbling the ball. And then I met a good woman, and then eventually it all fell into place. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it was just one of those things. So I never want people to understand that you ever get to a place where you're very happy. Now you start thinking about the things you did at one point, and the people you have to make good to, and the people that you owe your friendship to. That's really important to me. I'm getting to that age that I don't want no beefs with these people if something ever happens to me. I want them to know that I really appreciate them at that time in my life.